If you've never played Minecraft before and want to learn how to play the game, it can be difficult to find a good tutorial for beginners since the game's instructions are long and complicated. I recently played the game with a complete beginner and I was surprised to see how much I actually had to teach him just to survive the first day. Hello everyone, my name is Staragoza, and in today's video, we're going to make a full Minecraft tutorial for beginners. I'm planning on making this a series in which I show you all the things you should know about the game, little by little in a visual way, so please let me know if you would like to see that. Before we even get into playing the game, there is one small thing you need to understand. There are two main versions of Minecraft. These are Minecraft Java and Minecraft Bedrock. I'm not going to go into detail about these now, that will be its own video. But basically, if you're playing on a computer, it's Java, and if you're playing on a console or mobile device, then it's Bedrock. These versions are a little different. Most tutorials you might see are based around Minecraft Java, but if you're playing for the first time, you're probably playing on your phone, tablet, or your console. That is why this is a Bedrock tutorial, to give you guys a better idea of what you will actually be playing. Once you are in a Minecraft world, you will have one goal. That goal is to survive. Minecraft is a game about survival, however it has a few twists. Once it is nighttime in the game, monsters will appear. These monsters will try to hurt you. What you need to do is make a shelter for yourself before it turns night. Daytime lasts exactly 10 minutes. So from the moment you spawn in the world, you have exactly 10 minutes before monsters begin to spawn. So when you first spawn into the world, your world will probably look something like this. You'll most likely spawn in a grassy area, maybe with some trees around the general area. This is good, however, you won't always spawn in an area with trees. Sometimes you can spawn in the middle of a desert, or maybe your trees look a little different. Maybe you'll spawn in a snowy land and the trees look more like pine trees, I guess. But essentially, most of the time you'll spawn in an area with trees or somewhat near an area with trees. If you don't have any trees near your area, find trees because you are going to need them. The first thing you're going to need to do in any Minecraft world ever is cut down a tree. So I'm going to go down to the floor to show you how basically to cut a tree. You basically just go on the attack button and click the tree. Just like hold it. Don't worry, gravity doesn't work. That'll break the tree and it'll give you a log. Mine says oak log, but essentially it doesn't matter because as long as it's a log, it doesn't matter. You see how there's different types of trees. This is a birch tree. This is an oak tree. The type of tree doesn't matter, but as long as you have wood, it's all good. The next thing you have to do is you have to make wood. See, right now this is logs, but imagine this as real life. You wouldn't use the logs to build anything. You would use more traditional wooden planks than just log. That'd be kind of weird, right? So you're going to open your inventory, and then you see right here this menu on the side. There's two things you can craft. You can either craft six-sided log, which you don't really need right now, or you can craft oak wood planks or whatever types of planks that you have, depending on what kind of tree you broke. Whether that's birch planks, spruce planks, dark oak planks, jungle planks, acacia planks. It doesn't matter, just as long as they're planks. So you're gonna craft the planks, and then from here, you've opened more possibilities. For example, here, what we need here right now is a crafting table. We need a crafting table to do basically anything in Minecraft. You need the crafting table. Because as you can see here, our little crafting menu is a 2x2 area, and we're actually going to need a bigger one. So the crafting table actually gives us that. So if I place down this crafting table, now I open it with the same button that I clicked it, and now we open much more possibilities because of the 3x3 crafting area that we can now do. So now using this crafting table that we have here, we can actually craft some tools. The way we craft tools, if you can see here, these are tools right here, look. A pickaxe, a shovel, a sword, an axe, those are tools. But as you can see, it tells you right there what we need. We need planks, which we have, and sticks. So how do we make sticks? Well, sticks are right here. You just need wood. So let's just make some sticks, for example. I'm gonna make some sticks, and then I can make every single type of tool. Let's make a sword, an axe, a pickaxe, a shovel. Okay, let's make these 4 tools for now because we don't really need a hoe. So basically what a sword does, basically now that we've crafted all the tools, we can now actually use these to our advantage. Each tool gives you a little benefit that you wouldn't normally get from anything else. For example, This sword helps me attack mobs faster. You see how he died in 2 hits. If I did not have a sword, it would probably take about 6 or 7 hits to actually kill the pig. Look, let's try it out. See, I'm gonna not use a sword. I just found another pig. So I killed the pig in 2 hits with a sword, and without the sword, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits without the sword. So that's basically the benefits of a sword. An axe essentially helps you break wood faster. You don't really need the axe. You could just, it's not that much slower if you do it with your hand. But if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, an axe is handy for chopping down wood. Just, that much faster. A pickaxe is the most important tool in the game. It is the only tool that is 100% fully, required to pass anything in the game. You need the pickaxe. You literally cannot get around that. The reason for this is because you might see some of these gray blocks around your area. There's not many here nearby, but they exist underground. Those gray blocks are called stone. They exist mostly underground in caves, kind of like this one right here. If I try to mine this with my hand, not only will it take literal eternities, but it also won't drop anything because I need a pickaxe to mine stone. See, it took a lot faster and it actually gave me this block called cobblestone. I'm going to collect some cobblestone to show you what I can do with it. Okay, now that I've collected some cobblestone, I'm going to show you what to do with it. But first, there's one tool I haven't showed you what it does yet. Basically, a shovel helps you break grass and dirt and those types of blocks like sand, grass, dirt, things like that a little faster. You see how it's breaking it pretty quickly? But if I were to do it without the shovel, it would take just slightly longer. It's not the biggest difference, but it does do it a little faster. Now we can get into the next part, which is actually upgrading your tools. So now that we have some cobblestone, you see we can upgrade these tools here. Now we can make a stone sword, stone axe, all the same tools that we just have, but in stone. The reason why you would want to upgrade to stone tools is because, I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever I use a tool, you see that green line under the tool? Whenever I use it, it goes down slightly. I don't know if you can see it in the pickaxe. It's the one I use the most. So the green line kind of went down. I can show you real time right now. Look, I'm going to break some of this grass and keep looking at the shovel. And you'll see that it's going to start going down and down and down slowly. See, now that I've used this shovel substantially, you can see how it's almost like halfway. So every time I use it, it goes down. So you might want to upgrade your tools, whether that's to make them last longer, or if you just want them to be slightly more powerful. For example, a stone pickaxe can mine more blocks than a wooden pickaxe can, and it also does them a little faster, and it also lasts longer. So upgrading your tools essentially is the best thing you can do to your tool. The types of things you can make your tools out of is wood, stone, iron, gold, and diamond. Those are the things you can make your tools out of, but, it's really just whatever you have on you that you can use. Any tool is fine, however, for this little instruction tutorial today. The next thing that I need to teach you is, you see, the sun is going to wrap around the world. It's going to go from all the way over there, and it's going to come down all the way to the bottom until it turns nighttime. So when it turns nighttime, there's going to be, like I said earlier, when it turns nighttime, some monsters are going to try to attack you. Some examples of these are zombies or skeletons. Maybe you've heard of the creeper before, but basically these monsters are really bad and they'll try to kill you for just no reason at all. So a good thing you can do if you know that you're not going to be good at surviving the night with the monsters around, a good thing to get your hands on is sheep. If you can find any sheep, that would be good. Honestly, at the beginning of the game, I usually have a hard time finding sheep because they just decide to be stubborn and just not spawn in whenever you need them. Has that ever happened? Not just in the game specifically, but in real life, whenever you need something, you can never find it, but when you don't need it, it's always there. Yeah, exactly. So I found a sheep here, and you have to kill the sheep, and you saw that white block that it dropped. That is wool. You're going to need wool in order to craft a bed. Okay, so now let's imagine that some time has passed and suddenly I have a lot more wool. You only need 3, but for this example, I'm just gonna have 64 because it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. As long as you have at least 3 wool. Using these 3 wool that you have, you can now craft a bed as long as you still have some wooden planks remaining. Using 3 planks and 3 wool. Then you can craft a bed. This bed is actually gonna be very, very useful to you because as long as you place it down, you can then click on it and it will reset your spawn point. That is actually a really good thing that you want because now, let's say you spawned, because let's say for example, you spawned all the way over there, like all the way over there. And you came over here because this was where the nearest like accessible forest was so you can get wood. Well, now whenever you die, you will spawn here on your bed because you reset your spawn point and now you won't spawn all the way over there where you originally spawned. Also, another thing is that when it turns night, if you click on your bed, it will actually allow you to skip through the entire night and you don't have to deal with any of the monsters. Another thing you can do to try to survive the night is to build yourself a temporary home. Whether you can either like physically construct yourself a home with some of the wood that you still have left over, or maybe some other blocks that you want to use, you can build yourself a temporary home. Or you can do something a little different and you could like dig into the cave or something. Like, for example, I can like make myself a little hole into this mountain, or you can do it underground or whatever you want, and just like build yourself a temporary home underneath like the ground. That way no mobs can attack you and you can have a nice little safe area. This is like, for example, if you can't find any sheep in time and you don't have a bed, you could just like hide in here. Maybe like the more you hide inside, like underground, for example, you can like collect more stone or something, or you could just like spend most of your night building yourself a nice little home, or whatever you really want to do. Depends on your style of playing. Now, the last thing we have to go over is health and hunger. You might see these little like hearts on the bottom. Those hearts are your health. Essentially, your health is, well, your health, I mean, most games have health, so you probably know what your health is, even if you've never played Minecraft before. The way you can lose health is by taking damage. Taking damage occurs either by a hostile mob, like a zombie or a skeleton, or there are even some mobs. Actually, this bee was a perfect example right here. If there are certain mobs that are nice to you until you provoke them. For example, if I provoke this bee, I hit the bee, and then it will start to attack me because obviously there are certain mobs that do not like being provoked. Those are things like bees, or even in some llamas will like spit at you if you provoke them. So just try to not provoke any mobs. The only mobs that will not attack you are like cows, pigs, and sheep. Though those won't do anything to you. Wolves attack you if you hit them, so don't hit wolves, don't hit bees, don't hit llamas. Those are like your big no-nos. Don't hit them because they will start to attack you. Another way you can take damage is with fall damage. For example, I'm all the way up here and that's a pretty high jump. If I were to jump off, I would actually take a substantial amount of damage because fall damage is a thing in this game. So avoid jumping from high areas, avoid provoking certain mobs, and avoid the monsters at night if you don't want to lose your health. Now, now that I've lost this health, you see I'm not regaining it because the only way I can regain my health is if my hunger bar is full all the way. The hunger bar is like those weird little chickens that you see there. Yeah, those are like the hunger bars. So if I were to eat something, for example, I have this raw pork chop. You don't need to cook it. You could eat it raw, but it'll do more if you cook it, but I will teach you how to cook stuff in a later episode. Basically, if I were to just eat this raw pork chop, now my hunger is full. Then, once my hunger is full, my hearts will actually start to go up, like that, like they're going up actually right now. So you have to make sure that your hunger is always full all the time. Ways you can lose your hunger is if you like start running. For example, I'm gonna keep running around in circles, and running and jumping will make your hunger like go down, kind of like stamina, I guess. So if I were to just keep jumping, I'm gonna jump right here over repeatedly, jump, and you see my hunger is starting to go down. So in this game, you have to always try to have food around. If you don't have food, try to like not run and jump so your hunger will kind of stay, you know, controlled. But it's kind of hard in a game with so much mountains, especially with the new update that came out recently. It's hard with all these mountains to not jump. So you always need to get your hands on some sort of food source. So sorry for the animals, but they're not real, so they are going to have to die. But really, guys, that's the end of this little tutorial episode. As you can see, the game itself is not that complicated if you have the right guide. So here I'm sort of like guiding you through the game, and I'm probably gonna make more episodes of this. Maybe one where I teach you how to completely, like, how to cook things. Maybe one where I teach you how to farm crops. One where I teach you stuff about other, like, when I go into detail about specific mobs like chickens, or go into specific mobs like zombies and things like that, just to show you what everything does, in case you honestly don't know, because I understand that this game could be a little complicated sometimes. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you would like to actually see more of this series, because obviously I could make more, but obviously if you guys don't want to see more, then I'm not going to make more. So let me know if you guys want to see more episodes like this, where I go through like a tutorial kind of deal to teach beginners, obviously, or maybe not beginners, maybe just people who have been playing for a long time but don't understand some of the game's concepts. I had to teach them how to play the game. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!